What's going on, guys? Sorry, I know I look like a mess right now. I am trying to get a lot of videos on. It's also 6 in the morning, so I'm really tired. It is Monday morning, so y'all are actually going to get a video on the same day that it's supposed to be. So like y'all are so lucky. Um, so it's 6 in the morning, so like it's still y'all will probably still have a video tomorrow. So I do want to talk about there's some drama going on. There's some drama going on with some I don't know. There's some drama going versus Tua and Hill. So let's talk about this. This is from ESPN. Wide receiver here's the title. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill blames drops on lack of reps with Tua. Tyreek Hill being the all-star wide receiver is kind of true, kind of not. It's like kind of in the middle because if you think about it, Tyreek Hill, Tua's been dealing with a lot of concussions and dealing with a lot of medical stuff. So like, you can't blame all the way on Tua. It's really a blame on just whoever manages like every single time that you different QBs all the time. So that's why like if you look at a roster spot, there's never like one left QB and two right-handed QBs. You need a balance because it's all different. Because you gotta think about it. If you throw with your right hand, you're coming here and you're throwing it. So your arm, whenever you throw it to the left, it's gonna lead more to the wide receiver's right side, left side. And if you throw to the right, it's gonna lead to their left side. So you gotta think about it because you think about it, you're trying to throw it, you're throwing it, doesn't matter how you could be the best QB, it's always gonna be towards the side where your arm ends. So if your dominant hand and you throw to the left side, you're gonna be more able to throw it to the inside. You're always going to throw it to the inside. So if you're left-handed and you throw it to the left, you're always going to the wide receiver going to catch it with the right. While if you throw it this way, it's going to go to the left. So left-hand QBs are very weird. Not very normal. I think Tua. No, it's not saying Tua is weird. It's just you gotta think about it. You always do have to get reps with those type of QBs, with different QBs all the time. And Tua right now, he is healthy, so he needs to stay healthy and be able to do what he needs to do. And if he doesn't, then you need to figure out a position where you can bench Tua and have Hill. Because if Tyreek Hill's not happy, your offense is not going to be dominant. I know Hill has not been good, like good at all this season, but you got to think about it. The reason Jalen Waddle, not trying to disrespect Jalen Waddle, but the reason he is so good is because of the thing that Tyreek Hill is getting the best corner on him at all times. So like if you go versus Jets, he's always going to have like a Sauce Gardner, Denzel Ward. He's going to have, while Jalen Waddle, he's going to have a nobody on him most likely. Like unless it's like the Cowboys where they have Diggs and Bland, but even with Tyreek, they're going to probably have to play zone. So you have different ways to go beat them. So Hill is always here's what Hill said. This is from ESPN. Um, I just lost it. This is ESPN by Marcel Lewis Jequel, however you say his name. Um, when asked about after the game, Hill attributed his drops to lack practice reps with his keepy. I feel like at the end of the day, I need those most valuable reps with Tua. Hill said, those vet rest days are starting to show. I completely blame myself for not getting head around and not seeing the ball because if I see the ball, we're cross court 70-yard touchdown. But those Wednesday reps are definitely showing. As a leader, I've got to be able to bite the bullet sometimes, practice and get those valuable reps with QB1 because if you're able to stay on the field on third down, who knows who could happen? What could happen? He'll drop the pass and third down, blah, 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 blah. I also do want to talk about something else. Yeah, um, that's true. Like, if you do not have those final reps with, hold up, I'm trying to pull something out. I want to talk about something else. I just want to, but yeah. So you're always gonna have a problem with not having enough reps. It's gonna be really really hard. You do not have enough time and day to not have any time without, like, if you do not have time with your wide receiver, it's going to show in the game. So if you do not show up in practice, not saying Tua didn't show up, but you got to think about it. You, as a leader and as a player that wants to win, you have to keep going and you have to keep playing and have to have those extra reps after practice. And if be the bigger person, be like, hey, dude, like I see what you say. Like, let's get extra reps after practice. And if they say no, that is not a winner mindset right there. You have to keep getting practice and practice and practice. I think that's what's going on with the Dolphins. It's like it's so uncertain how the Dolphins are because you got to think about it. Hill is not playing as well. Tua's been out. Running back play has been like not that good, and Waddle, like somebody that they expect to be really really good, be able to step up, is just not right now. Um, so let's go to another situation. I did not talk about this. It came to my attention, but I know this might be weird, but we do want to talk about. I know Campbell will be. I want to talk about some Campbell. So I want to talk about the situation that happened with him, and then what is going to happen and what I feel like is going to happen with this type of team. So, backstory. So, DeAndre Campbell, he's basically been a starter this whole game, and if y'all remember this whole season, I don't know, Greenlaw during the Super Bowl, he literally ran on the field, and I think he tore his Achilles or his ACL. He tore one of those, and he he wasn't playing until last week. So last week when it happened, whenever he started, Campbell got really really mad that he was not playing. So whenever Shanahan was like, "Hey, you need to go in," he's like, "I don't want to play." So Shanahan said, "If you're not going to go in, you need to get your butt off the field, off the sideline." So he walked in. What inspired? That's what people thought, and then what inspired was the GM John Lynch came in and said, "Hey, if you're not going to go in, you need to get off the field because this is players. This isn't just for you to make a point. You get off the field if you don't feel like you don't want to play. Get off the field." So after that altercation, Campbell Watts, John Lynch says that and said, "Dude, you need to get off the field. Just go." So basically what's going to happen. So this is what happened. All right. Sums up. San Francisco 49ers linebacker Devontae Campbell left for the locker room during the third quarter of the last week game against Los Angeles Rams after refusing to enter the game. Reportedly upset over losing his starting role, Dre Greenlaw has just returned from injury. Campbell frustrated and boiled over sideline, creating a scene as coaching statement tried to manage the situation. A report later revealed that it was a general manager, John Lynch, who instructed Campbell to leave the field. So earlier this week, the 49ers announced Campbell's suspension for the remainder of the season, removing his name from his locker, severing ties with the linebacker. I would do the same thing. I know this is a touchy subject whenever you're talking about Campbell. I'm talking about NFL players' life. Like, that is a situation that you do not do. You do not go for anything. You don't get any special treatment because who you are. it it's kind of messed up. What I have heard in secret times is Devontae Campbell got promised being like, "Hey, you are our guy. We're going to start you," because they don't have anybody else to replace Greenlaw. So to sign Campbell, they were like, "Hey, you're going to play. You're going to start. You're going to be the stone point of our defense with Bosa, with Warner, and with all of our other weapons." But then Greenlaw got healthy because I don't think people realized, like, I don't think people knew that Greenlaw was going to come back until I think people were saying that he was out for most of this season too. And with anything, like you never know what a player's going to come back from anything torn, like Achilles, ACL, PCL, MCL, LCL. Like it's very very hard to come back from that. So like think about KD, I think it took him a year and a half to come back for the NBA. Like in the NBA, of course, the ball is more jumping, but also like same thing, a little bit less physical, but also football is way more physical than that. So this is what happened. Lynch said in a statement: "We have suspended Devontae Campbell for 3 games due to conduct dismantle to the team." Lynch said in a statement, "We will have no further comment on the matter." On Friday, Lynch broke his silence during an appearance on Bay Area radio station, offering insights, insights into sideline his decision to intervene during the incident. "I think a lot was made in terms of being confrontational," Lynch began. "I'm not sure if it was confrontational. It was a quick conversation, and I think we had a little signal going in that his energy wasn't right. Kyle had a conversation with him, and we thought everything was going to be all right. It wasn't, and you could see that right away during the game." Lynch recalled watching the situation escalate from his Levi Stadium suite before deciding to head to the sideline. "It was becoming a distraction, and it was essentially a playoff game for us," Lynch said. "The 49ers desperately needed a victory to their postseason hopes, but ultimately fell to the Rams, effectively eating their playoff chances." Campbell refused to please compound the frustration of the loss. And at that point, Kyle coaching the team, Lynch explained, "I usually don't go down until in a late game, but I could see that it was really becoming a distraction one by one. Players, coaches were trying to get him to go. I finally just said, I need to go see what's going on. And if what's going on I think was going on, he needs to get off the field," Lynch said. And so that was it was. And how it ended up, it was unfortunate. It's nothing that anyone wanted, but can't stand for that. Just as we're talking about finishing having each other's back, when you have something contrary to that, that's not who we are. That's not who we'll ever be. When asked if Campbell was provided any explanation for his refusal to play, Lynch revealed that he wouldn't receive one and likely never would. "He is no longer here. We'll move forward," Lynch concluded. Um, I wish I can play this, but I guess I can't. And then Tom Brady comes in and calls out the 49ers on the Raven Steeler broadcast. Um, Tom Brady takes a shot at Devontae Campbell while praising Kyle Van Noy playing Frustrational Bone. So I'll play the clip. Phenomenal teammate. I don't know if anybody knows this, but he broke his eye socket early in the season. Basically played with a broken face. And I see other guys in the league walking out on their teammates because they don't want to play. So it's just an aspect of... That is a crazy thing, Tom Brady. And that's true. Like, if you're not gonna play, get off. Like, don't hurt your team because something happened in the back, especially during a game that was basically a playoff deciding game. Like, I don't think people realize that's a big game. Like, if they when they lost that game, they that's the end of their season. They're not playing for anything else. The only thing that they're playing for is a better record. They're not playing for a Super Bowl anymore. So you gotta think about it. It's very, very, But it's very, very bad whenever you're looking at an aspect like this guy was complaining about not going on the field, but then out of nowhere, when he was like, hey, like, we need you, get on the field, he was like, I don't want to. That's the last straw. That's when you need to get yourself out or don't show up at all. If you don't show up at all, just like, hey, I'm really, really mad what happened. Just let me get off. Let me just not come to the game. Just suspend me or something like that to make it not obvious. But obviously, that did not happen, and chaos happened, and obviously, he did not work out. But yeah, very, very. Also, my Cowboys won. We'll talk more about like the games, like the game situations, like who we think. Um, when we just wanted to bring out that type of drama out, so then this new week, I know I didn't talk about it last podcast on Monday, I think, but but yeah, all right. So ESPN also has 2024 2025 MLB free agency trade grades offseason analysis. So let's talk. So Diamondbacks acquired Nair to replace Walker at first base. I thought we'd go in more detail. Oh, this is a long article. Yeah, sorry, we ain't reading all that. It's really nothing else, but I think that's going to be it for today's video. Get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk more about the NFL, especially because it's Monday. We do not want to really talk about that much. So definitely get prepared. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, peace.